Hi guys, good morning. Fab and Gab back again by popular demand on this first day of spring. Welcome you guys back to our Coffee and Carats.
Today is National Proposal Day, so for everyone getting proposed, recently proposed to, planning their weddings, or recently married, congratulations. And we're looking forward to working with you if you already have not gotten your laurenb ring yet.
One of the major topics that we'll be discussing today is going to be the custom design process, and this is one of the things that us at laurenb we really excel in. This is one of the things that really sets us apart, where we do a really fantastic job of custom designing rings and working with our clients through all the several options, and essentially being able to really zero in on what a client is looking for and how to achieve that. One of the most important aspects is going to be the diamond shapes. So the actual process would really divide into two separate phases. The phase one is going to be setting discovery. And this is where we begin to discover what shapes a lady feels comfortable wearing, and also what designs really. Personally, I like to start with a solitaire setting. That this is going to be the simplest form of an engagement ring. And then I would begin to add options, pave band or signature wrap or cathedral style. And this will give the client the ability to get a really good understanding of how it is to essentially build your own engagement ring. After a setting is, let's say, chosen, the next part of the process is going to be Diamonds 101. In Diamonds 101, we work together and the client is shown real life examples of different colors, different clarities, different carat weight sizes. We essentially look and get a very good understanding of all the characteristics that make up a diamond, and we collectively choose a center diamond for the intent to use it as the centerpiece of your new custom-made engagement ring. That is the process in store. The process remotely is very similar, just with a few tweaks in it, and Gab would be glad to present that.
Hi, so when you are working remotely with us, generally that does start with either a phone or email inquiry, whether you want to submit through our website as a request for more information, a loose stone request, or asking questions just to kind of get a better feel for general information. That's where we would get started with you and start to help you narrow down the designs that you may see on our website or on our Instagram. And once you've chosen the setting that you like, we would work with you remotely to find the center stone of your dreams. In that particular scenario, if it is a diamond, we would present you with 3 to 5 options via a high quality video for you and your partner to choose from, based on the flexibility you have in your budget, based on the shape that you like, as well as the specs that you're hoping to achieve for the center stone. Once that stone is chosen, we would produce the setting in 3 to 4 weeks for that exact center stone so that we can maintain the most seamless look as per the dimensions of that diamond, and then we can ship the ring to you overnight and fully insured anywhere in the US. So what we want to do right now is we're going to take a few Q&A. If anyone has any questions about our process, one thing I will tell you is that on our website we do feature a full PDF that discusses all of this in more detail. So if you wanted to visit us online, you can go on laurenb.com and explore a little bit more of the options and any additional questions that you have regarding this, as well as anything that you'd like to ask us live today. Another thing we'll be doing today is if you have anything in particular you'd like to see on our Instagram in a future post or story, please feel free to submit it live as well, as we will be taking both the questions and the comments from you both. Let's see if we have anyone coming in. First question, can you design a 3-stone ring using an heirloom diamond for one of the side diamonds? Absolutely. Oftentimes we will see that clients come in with an heirloom diamond, sometimes on the smaller side, and sometimes they'll want to affix that to a particular setting. What we would do is do our best to match the quality of that particular side stone and then help you find a center stone to complete the 3-stone combination.
Another question is, do you work with lab diamonds? By special request, we are now looking into it. So they're not necessarily offered on the website. However, in an effort to be competitive, we can offer comparable options if you're already looking into a lab created diamond.
Can you do a custom design with a morganite stone? Absolutely. So we can make any of our custom settings for any colored gemstone, diamond alternative like a moissanite, or a diamond center stone. That does include the lab-grown diamonds as well, as Fabrizio said, by custom order. But for morganite, one thing you do want to look out for is it's a little bit softer, so just be mindful of the setting you choose for that particular stone. We have another question coming in. You want to take this one?
Sure. How many carats can you achieve with the $10,000 to $50,000 budget? It does vary upon the shape, but essentially you would be looking at anywhere, depending on the quality, 1.5 to 1.7, stretching up to 2 carats, again, depending on the color and quality and the shape of that center diamond. More or less 1.5 to 2 carats would be the size of a $10,000 to $50,000 budget.
Someone asked what the thinnest band we recommend is. Our diamond bands usually reach about 1.7 to 1.8 millimeters as a minimum thickness in order to accommodate those diamonds. If you wanted something solitaire, we can go slightly thinner. For example, you can opt for a knife edge band, which tapers up towards the middle for a very sleek and thin look.
Very important question. Do you need an appointment or can you walk in? So technically, yes, of course, you can just walk in to visit us. However, an appointment is highly recommended just so someone is available to help you at that time when you do choose to come.
And on Sunday specifically, we are here by appointment only. So if you wanted to come in on a weekend, we are closed on Saturdays, but Sundays we are here if you get a scheduled appointment time. What are some important things to look for when you're choosing an emerald cut diamond? Definitely want to pay a lot of attention to the clarity of the stone. If you're looking at the GIA chart here, one thing you'll notice about emerald cut stones is that they have fewer but larger facets within them due to their step cut facet arrangement. So with that, you want to make sure that you don't see any obstructions to the naked eye. So what we would recommend is usually a VS1 or better center stone for the emerald cut. Color you can kind of play around with a little bit more in terms of whether you opt for something colorless or near colorless, as they will face up pretty white even in the near colorless range. Another thing you want to pay attention to is the cut of the stone. We work with stones that are within the excellent and very good polish and symmetry grades to make sure that you're maintaining proper or larger face-up dimensions for that emerald cut. How can you tell the difference between a Harrow gem moissanite versus a diamond? So diamonds, you're definitely going to see very distinctive facets within them. Depending on the shape, you're also going to notice that it will be not quite as opaque or white as a colorless Harrow gem presents. Most diamonds have more variation. Also, the presence of inclusions within the stone, as Harrow gems are man-made to be inclusion-free. So if you do see some light inclusions under magnification or in person, that may be a better tell in order to distinguish the diamond from the moissanite.
What are some diamond alternatives with the carat price differences? The biggest diamond alternative right now is going to be moissanite for sure. Does look extremely similar to a natural diamond, starting at around $800 per carat for a moissanite.
Is H+ good with a ring of small diamonds around the band? Absolutely. So for the most part, our settings contain FG color VS clarity diamonds. So if you're working with a stone that is H or higher in color, and that would be in the D to H range, it's definitely going to present as colorless as possible and not show much contrast between the setting and the center stone. Okay, what would be the estimate for a radiant halo with about a 2 carat? So it depends on the exact halo design you choose. For something classic and simple, you can figure it would be right around $2,600 to $2,700 for the setting in white gold, maybe closer to $3,000 in platinum. If you like our double-edged halo feature, they'll generally be starting around $3,400 in white gold and $4,000 in platinum. For the 2 carat center stone, if you're seeking a diamond, I would say they have an approximate starting price range of around $13,000 to $20,000, depending on the exact quality.
When are you coming to Chicago?
When are we coming to Chicago? Well, guess what, guys? We are trying to definitely move forward with as many pop-ups as we can over the spread of the US. Hopefully Chicago this year.
I'm based in the UK. Can you summarize the process for an international customer? For sure, we have tons of clients from the UK, stretching all the way to Australia, Canada, and really all over the world. And as Gab pointed out, a few of the most important aspects of the remote process. For sure, it's going to continue in the remote way, that is through email, and most importantly, we would be able to present HD quality videos of loose diamond options and aid you to select one to custom build that engagement.
And keep in mind the main difference with an international shipment is that it will take a little bit longer to arrive to you, which is about 3 to 5 business days. It will probably be a little bit of a higher fee to ship, just because based on your country and or province, they may apply different duties for the import tax. If going with a yellow band, what is recommended for the color of the center stone diamond? It really does depend on the shape of the stone that you're choosing. If you're working with a round stone and you wanted to work with a yellow gold setting or even a rose gold setting, we would definitely say maybe eye color or better, just to present the stone as very face-up white. With other shapes that are more elongated, like an oval, a pear, an elongated cushion, you may want to stay even on the lower end of the color range there, just to make sure that you're presenting plenty of contrast between the yellow gold setting and the center stone. And for ones that are a little bit more elongated, they have facets that are a little bit more stretched out, so they present warmth a little bit differently. So with those stones, I would say probably safely within the D to G range.
Also, we do like two-tone, which is very popular. Whenever we do settings in yellow gold or rose gold, we do always like to keep the what's actually holding the center diamond or the prongs in white to, let's say, aid the whiteness of the center diamond.
How many rings do you sell a year? Too many to count.
Good starting price for a 3-carat stone. Very good question. I believe that 3 carats would be starting approximately $25,000 for the diamond alone, plus the price of the setting.
Someone asked what the pros and cons are of platinum versus white gold. For more delicate settings, we actually would recommend going with a 14-carat yellow, white, or rose gold option, and that's because the additional metal alloys mixed in it make the gold a bit stronger. Whereas platinum at its thinnest can be very malleable, so unless you're going for a more solitaire and are in need of a more tarnish-resistant metal, we do recommend, for something holding pave on the thinner side, opting for something white gold, versus if you like something a little bit thicker, more substantial, a little heavier on the hand, definitely platinum is the way to go.
Very important question. Is there a reason why you never post the price of a diamond ring? So, it's actually a very important question. The reason why we never post prices is because there is not a fixed price for each individual design. The setting itself may have its own, let's say, fixed price, but that same exact design can be made to accommodate any single budget. So we don't want to be misleading and label it with a certain price. We can make the same exact design to accommodate basically any budget, ranging from really anything that we have to acquire or we have to meet.
Plus, keep in mind that a lot of the settings on our website were previously sold, as they were probably made custom for a client. So it just kind of qualifies as an archive design that we would have to recreate by custom order. And therefore, depending on the exact center stone you choose, the ring size that you'll require, the metal preference, all of those things can vary the exact cost. So it doesn't really serve you for us to put the pricing on the website when it's so indefinite that way.
Thoughts on oval versus emerald? For sure, we can do a heads-up lineup of some loose diamond comparisons of oval versus emerald. Just right off the bat, oval is going to be a brilliant shape, so it's going to offer you a lot more sparkle, where emerald is a step cut, and that would offer you transparency instead of sparkle.
What's a typical estimate for a 2 to 2.5 carat round diamond stone? 2 carats, likely around between like 15 to 20,000. Rounds are sold at a premium because they do require the most rough cutaway, but they do allow you to get a lot of bang for your buck because you don't necessarily have to have the highest quality round brilliant in order to achieve a really nice sparkle and a really face-up white and clean look. For 2.5 carats, I would probably say closer to 18 to 30,000, but again, everything's gonna vary by the exact size and quality you choose.
Someone asked me how to stack your engagement ring. So of course we have tons and tons of micro pave stackers, which we continuously do post. I guess we can for sure continue to post stacking rings and make sure to look out for the next posts.
And keep in mind, most laurenb rings are made with a flat gallery so that you can fit most wedding bands flush with it. So if you like the idea of stacking even different textures, different widths, most laurenb rings can accommodate that.
A very good question. I'm after, let's say, a stone that really pops and stands out. Do you find that with non-cathedral shanks, you're able to make the diamond sit higher or, let's say, float more? And I would agree. A cathedral ring has these two rising shoulders that are cascading from the band, connecting towards the head. So when you see that connection piece, it may reduce the look and height look of your center diamond. A non-cathedral ring will offer a bigger visual, and that separation does cause the floating look. A non-cathedral center diamond may appear larger than a cathedral set one.
What's the best shape for finger coverage? Anything that's a little bit on the more elongated side. I think a lot of elongated ovals, cushions, definitely pear. Anything that gives you a lot of surface area where you can distribute more weight in the surface without compromising the brilliance of the stone is definitely going to give you the most finger coverage. When you guys come to Texas, really soon, see you in May. For the rings on your website that do include a price, would that just be an estimate? So that pretty much applies just to wedding bands, and typically those are wedding bands and colored gemstone rings that we have pricing for online. Those are pricings for the rings exactly as they are in the exact metal and ring size that they're offered in our stock. Anything outside of that would require a custom order may have fluctuation in the price, be that higher or lower.
But diamond shape is the best and will retain the longest value. That's a little hard to say. However, within each shape does have its pros and cons. And maybe that should be the next topic.
Agreed.
For example, a round diamond is going to offer you the most brilliance. However, elongated shapes like elongated cushion, radiant, oval, they'll offer you more finger coverage and a larger look, possibly a better bang for your buck. So it really just depends on what your goals are, and when you let us know your goals, then we'll be able to present the best diamond option shapes to meet your goals.
Any shape can be made with a very timeless design that is going to serve the investment purpose and the value of the ring long term. It's really just a matter of what you personally love. But from a diamond standpoint, a lot of the more consistently popular options in a higher quality are definitely going to be great for sustaining value.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us on this first day of spring, and we look forward to doing more coffee and carrots with you in the future.
Happy National Proposal Day.